Hi guys, this is Matt and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a head-to-head driver test. So two of the leading drivers this year, we've got the TaylorMade Stealth Plus, new addition to the TaylorMade range this year. The all talked about carbon face against the Ping G425 LST. Again, been really popular here in my shop. Both, I guess, similar in terms of low spin heads. Both have the sliding weight option, but equally, obviously with this carbon face, we're keen to see how the Stealth matches up against the more proven Ping G425. Let's kick things off with the Stealth. We're going to hit 5 shots with each club, largely looking at a combination of sort of distance, accuracy, dispersion, eager to look at the spin to see how the two low spin heads compare. Both 9-degree heads and stiff shafts as well. So let's kick things off with the Stealth Plus. Felt solid, just turn it over a little bit. Certainly in terms of aesthetics, I think it looks really good. I love this sort of, quite traditional look on top. A little bit of sort of, slightly different colouring with the sort of shinier black compared to the matte black on the sort of top of the crown. And obviously the red face, which is quite unique. But equally, looking down at it, you can't really see that much of it, so it's not off-putting really. Actually quite like the look of it. Solid strike there. Just leaked it out to the right, but felt really solid. Decent spin, ball speed looks good. Yeah, another good hit. 47 feet. What's that, about sort of 15-16 yards left, so just about playable, probably left side of most fairways. Distance, yeah, my normal carry probably 270, rolling out to about 290, so I'd say that's pretty much bang on where I'm at, distance wise. That felt really solid. That was a good hit. Ball speed jumped up there, 162. Better carry and total. So yeah, that was a good one. Okay, so one more. I did do a head-to-head comparison between the Stealth and the Sim 2. Marginally better than the Sim 2. We do see it, most years, year on year, you might see marginal gains, but clearly, if you were to compare this head to perhaps a few years ago, you would see a bigger difference. But yeah, it seems to be performing pretty well so far. Just turn it over there. So it seemed to, on the face of it, the distances did seem to be really good. Dispersion, not as good, I don't think, but we will look at it later on. So now let's look at the Ping. As I say, they do have the other options, but the lower spinning heads suit me better. I think you find with Ping, I wouldn't say they make drastic changes year on year. I think that's why they have quite a little following as well, though, because there's not drastic changes. Customers know what they have bought isn't going to be massively different the year after, which is why I do think Ping do retain a lot of their customers. So let's see how this compares to the TaylorMade that looked to be going around about sort of 290 distance wise. As I said, the dispersion wasn't perfect, but let's see how they compare. Yeah, that's definitely my bad one that just turns over a little bit. Just natural shot shape, which is a draw, can sometimes just turn over a fraction. Felt good. Ping have got these sort of turbulators that they introduced a few years ago. They've stuck with it, you know, as I said, they don't tend to make too many changes year on year. This was designed to sort of increase club head speed, which obviously in turn increases the ball speed. Yeah, that felt really good, really solid that one. Nice and straight, some good numbers there, distance wise, spin rate, you know, all sort of ticking the boxes there. Many people say this Ping driver is a bit loud when it first hits. It's probably exaggerated indoors for sure, but certainly louder than the TaylorMade. Another solid strike there, really good. So yeah, I mean, so far, I don't think there's much in it. Ping seems to be a touch straighter so far, but let's hit a couple more to get a fair test. Yeah, right off the toe there, and just sort of shot right, left that face open. Obviously not going to do us any good for the dispersion stats, but interesting enough, you know, the ball speed was maintained, which is good. You know, wasn't particularly a centred hit there. I think that's what we are seeing in these Ping drivers, that the off-centre hits are good. So if you're somebody that doesn't necessarily find the middle of the face very often, your speed can be maintained. So let's take a look at the two of them now. Those last two with the Ping have probably hurt the dispersion a little bit. On the face of it, they look very similar. Certainly distance-wise and dispersion's been a little bit mixed as well. These low spin heads can sometimes do that to you. You know, if we look at perhaps say the Ping G425 Max and equally the Stealth, both of those are a little bit more forgiving than these heads, certainly in terms of accuracy. And then if we just look at some of the numbers here, you know, look very, very similar. Looking at that, we can barely split them really. So if we're looking at distances, Ping carrying at 260, finishing at 291. The TaylorMade carrying at 266, finishing at 291. So a little bit more distance on the carry with the TaylorMade, but I think that's probably more so due down to the sort of shots themselves really. Ball speed, yeah, 160.7 Ping, 160.8, so no difference in ball speed. Spin was a touch lower than the Ping, which is interesting. And I have found that, you know, I've played that Ping driver in the past, and I do find it is obviously low spinning, but perhaps lower spinning than other low spinning drivers. And as I said, dispersion was mixed with both, if we're going to be honest. But you know, certainly the good shots did feel good. So based on that, I think we can sort of say that there wasn't a standout performer, if we're going to be honest, which, you know, as I said, distance was very good on both very similar. So no kind of standout performer on that. So when I'm fitting people, what I'm always looking at is performance. What you should be looking at when you are looking at drivers is, what do I like the look of, what do I like the feel of, and then really you're getting a kind of a balanced kind of decision on what's best for you. So, you know, performance number one, looks and feel, you know, number 2 and 3. And then obviously price comes into it as well. TaylorMade is a little bit more expensive than the Ping. I think this is around about sort of $479, $499 for the Stealth Plus. Ping's a little cheaper, I think it's about sort of $499, so probably about £50 cheaper for the Ping, but still both clearly quite expensive drivers. So I hope you enjoyed that today, guys, and check out the channel if you haven't seen my other videos. As always, please like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you again very soon.